Welcome to a new Daily Top AskReddit video. Today's topic.
What are the quiet luxury brands that only the super rich know about? I had a rich friend once tell me that Gucci is what poor people think rich people wear. Since then I noticed that all of her clothes fit perfect, but she never has logos on anything. Gucci is what famous people wear when they get paid to wear Gucci. How is it that Casually Explained put it? I might spend $5,000 and wear Gucci to feel cool. But if I was actually cool, Gucci would pay me to wear it. I read that the reason celebrities look so much better in their clothes is that everything is fitted. I had a coworker who came from money and he would shop at thrift stores for vintage clothing and then would spend 5 to 10x the cost of the item to get it tailored to fit him perfectly. Few people knew he was rich. C. He would just say he shopped at thrift stores. But all the women at my company would just gaga over him. C. He always looked so put together. That, and he was also an amateur boxer who rode vintage motorcycles, had a pilot's license, etc. Pretty much the stereotype of the Hollywood leading man. What was he doing working a normal person job? I know a very wealthy gentleman of Japanese descent. I've never seen him wear anything branded, but he drives a Royce. Turns out he just really loves Uniqlo. I have a family friend who is a multi-millionaire, drives around in a 10-year-old Toyota, and walks around in flip-flops. Lol. To be fair, Uniqlo is awesome. No frills, well-made stuff, fits my body type really well, and cheap to boot. Tailors on Savile Row. Wealthy people get their clothes custom made. This is the real answer. When it comes to clothes anyways, the high-end stuff is not branded at all. In my part of the world, most rich folks know at least one random, usually Chinese, tailor, seamstress who work out of their house. I was in China and Hong Kong in 2001. I still regret not having a tailored suit made for me when I was there. Not that it would still fit me today. John Lobb bootmaker in St. James. Make beautiful handmade shoes for royalty, celebrities and rich types. They are well known but not a household name. John Lobb, my boss, is from old money and has bespoke ones made. Usually he spends at least $7,000 on a pair. I mean, they look nice, but at a certain point you're just being scammed. Just insane money. As with everything, the more labor that goes into making it, the higher the price. With John Lobb Bespoke, one of the things they offer is they can take a mold of your foot and have that on hand. Then when you need a new pair, you don't have to get them measured or go into the store again. You simply call them up and tell them what you want. They use the mold that they keep on hand to make the shoes for you. The amount of labor that goes into the real high-end shoes is pretty significant. Usually what happens when a brand gets super expensive, it is a result of the demand outpacing the supply. In order to balance them, they raise the price. They also have an incredibly loyal following. That is pretty much the only brand my husband buys, and he always gets the bespoke ones. The bespoke ones are a trademark of high-powered finance guys. In the same way Zegna ties are. I found a pair of JL riding boots for $300. They retail for $10,000. Was with a friend at an equine consignment shop. Saw these boots on the shelf and the leather looked like good quality, so I touched them. Wow. The quality of the leather is astounding. Pulled them off the shelf and saw the royal warrant. They fit my friend and she bought them. When we went to pay, the shopkeeper admitted those boots slipped by them. My friend contacted JL and they told her the custom boots trees had been made for them, but were not with the boots. I believe the custom boot trees were another $3,000. I tell her we have to share custody of them. Did the shopkeeper allow her to buy them? I've been in thrift stores where the cashier refused to allow me to buy something brought to the register because it wasn't supposed to be on the floor. Pissed me right off. If it's on the floor and has a price, it's available for sale. Jeff Goldblum was on the Conan podcast and talked about where he got his jeans. It was from this hard-to-find shop in New York that not many people had heard of. Come to find out, not surprisingly, the jeans are insanely expensive and only the very rich could afford them. I saw something online the other day of a place in a prime spot in Manhattan that sells old maps and globes. It's a very niche product and very expensive, but because of its location, reputation, it has attracted an insanely wealthy customer base. Sounds like Argosy on 59th. Been there for almost 100 years now, I think. Jeff mentioned Schaefer's Garment Hotel in LA, and they're about $400, $600 per pair. I mean, that's about what a lot of the Japanese brands go for. Iron Hearts are like $450. Jeff also wears Jacques-Marie Mage glasses and the frames on those are start at $800 and go up from there. Dude is a well-cultivated man. He always looks fantastic. Almost all of the well-known luxury brands have several lines. The ones with logos all over them are typically the cheapest. I'm looking at LV, Gucci, etc. Which is why they're so common. The same companies will have more exclusive lines that are much more expensive. Usually more classic in style. And they're not covered in logos. So you'd never know what brand they are unless you're really into that kind of thing. For example, my wife wanted to buy me a nice wallet, so we went to the LV shop. I liked one that had no logo on the exterior of it. Just simple grey leather. And it cost twice as much as the ones with LV stamped all over them. It's like choosing the ad-free versus ad-supported version of luxury items. To quote my dad, if you wear branded clothing, you're putting in work as an advertisement. And we don't work for free. Quote.